This is Trip Talk pregame today, live from San Francisco and Chase Center. It's going to be a big one, Bruce. I'm Wayne Viener. That's Bruce Posner. We made it to San Francisco to see a basketball game, but actually we're seeing a drama unfold. What do you think of the play, the Kevin Willard saga?
Well, the saga just took another turn, like in a soap opera. The husband came back and said to the wife, please stay, please stay. Yeah. So they're making another play for Kevin before he goes, but there's a lot of upset people. I think it was really triggered by Kevin missing that team dinner last night. And
that's true. You had a unique experience. I was halfway across the country and then flew out to San Francisco. You came out from Baltimore with 150 of your closest friends. What did you hear on that airplane?
You would have loved it. We were holding court. I was like, asking me a million questions. Yeah. Well, everybody was really upset. Nobody wants to lose Kevin Willard, but Villanova came in, made him an unbelievable offer led by Jay Wright. Remember who your enemies are in this world. And
yeah, that is unique because at one time Debbie Yow wanted to hire Jay Wright to replace Gary Williams, and that didn't happen. Then Maryland wins the national championship. So,
all right. Anyway, so it looks like Willard is leaving here. That's the consensus. But last second, we get word from somebody in the know that they're making a last-ditch play on Kevin Willard, and I wouldn't be shocked, Wayne, if it's happening right now, whatever time it is.
Eastern time, it is 6:05.
6:05. It could be happening right now. I don't know. But they're making a play. I don't see how it can work. Supposedly he signed. They're recruiting. The whole thing.
The thing is, we don't really know. By the way, they're running a scoreboard test, so we're going to show you what we see. Give us 1 second to hit a button here, and we're going to flip this around. That is your March Madness in-building look as they get the arena ready. They're going to test the horns and the clock and everything, but we're going to continue here. So most people probably at this point are more interested in this drama than the game, so let's give them, if Kevin Willard does depart, who do you have on the top of the list to replace him?
Top of the list to replace him, in my eyes, would be a Tony Skinn or a Dwayne Simpkins or somebody who loves Maryland. Tony Skinn was here a couple of years ago. Dwayne Simpkins played for Maryland, coached at AU this year, took them to a regular season title.
Right. Yeah, they won their conference tournament.
And
they get the NCAA bid. And if you can get an NCAA bid at American, you're doing something right.
I don't remember last time they got one, okay? Maybe when David Robinson was playing and they were a heck of a team. That's going back a couple of years. But anyway, listen. You got guys older too. You have potentially
national guys.
Mike Bray, coaching in the NBA. Buzz Williams, I don't know where he's coaching.
Yeah, Buzz Williams is a Texas A&M right now.
Okay, there's a lot of guys out there. Seth Greenberg, I think would be great. Okay,
that would be interesting. He's been on ESPN a long time. He coached at Virginia Tech before.
He beat Maryland from Virginia Tech. He used to rub it in their eyes. Okay, but there's a lot of guys out there that would die for the job.
Right.
And they're probably led by Tony Skinn and Dwayne Simpkins. Right. They would be the guys who really want it. And I think Tony Skinn, I don't know Dwayne well enough, okay? You do, but I don't know him well enough. But I know that Tony Skinn, in Turgeon's first year, he was integral in some of the guys they got. He was integral in running the team with Turgeon. I think he'd be a good get, and he just coached that
He's at George Mason. They had a 26-win season. They got to the Final Four of the A-10 tournament. Yeah, I ran into Dwayne Simpkins after the first game. Coincidentally, their first game was at LaSalle, and I met up with him after the game. And then every Terp that's out there is talking about what a great job, who's tied into basketball, what a great job Dwayne Simpkins has done all year. In a couple hours, there'll be about 18,000 people piled in here. Florida, a 6-point favorite.
With 6.5.
It's back to 6.5?
Yeah, 6.5. Well, it's back and forth.
Yeah.
Look, we don't know what's going to go. We do know the last time that Kevin Willard decided to leave his team and they had a game in the NCAA, his team got absolutely squashed. Would that happen today? I doubt it. Because I got to tell you, more than Kevin Willard playing for his name, Dairy Queen is playing to be a number 5 pick. Juju Reese is playing to get the second round of the NBA draft. Selt McGuell is playing to be drafted, or even in Europe, Rodney Rice always looking out for his name, and Jacoby Gillespie the same thing. So we got guys who have a lot invested in this opportunity, and to get to this opportunity, Maryland hasn't been here since 2016, and before that it was 2002. You don't get here all the time.
Yeah, that's right. Look, Florida with their superstar All-American guard, Walter Clayton.
Transfer?
Okay. Somebody who, even in the midst of everything, Willard certainly went out of his way to talk about how well that guy's shooting, that guy's playing. Maryland's had a problem with secondary rebounding. They're fine with Reese. They're fine with DQ. It's the fact they play three guards and they don't really, they're giving up a lot of rebounds, Bruce, and they've been playing DHS to try and close that gap. But when you do that, you take Selton Miguel out. You keep saying the Maryland three guards, if you can get them hot, you can beat anybody.
No doubt. There's no doubt. One thing that we forget, we can't let this team get off to a big lead against us, because they could run away, Wayne. Easily run away against us, so we got to stay tight and then hit them like we hit everybody in the second half. Everybody. 16-4 in our last. Anybody who thinks we don't have a chance doesn't understand basketball. And there'll be people, if we lose big, people, I knew that was, nobody knows that's going to happen. When you have Derek Queen and Juju Reese, you're in every game. And if they keep their turnovers below double digits, which they've been doing, and they can hit their share of threes, say at 35% would be great, and Reese scores inside, and Derek Queen scores inside, and we know Derek's going to try a few three-point pops and whatever. Maybe he gets one of those, and maybe we get 4 or 5 points from the bench from Geronimo and DHS.
And maybe Jay Young even gets a basket.
It doesn't matter who. We need something from the bench. This team scores in the 90. Here's my last point, Wayne, and I'll let you verify it. One thing about Florida, outside of their conference, where they were 14-4 and then swept the 4 games to win the SEC, which is quite an accomplishment, they didn't beat one decent non-conference team. No. Not one. They didn't play one Big Ten team. They didn't play a Michigan State or a Michigan or us. Or Wisconsin. I can name a lot of them. We had 8 teams that made it and 2 more that should have made it, unless they were robbed. Indiana was robbed of making it. But I'm telling you, they have not played a Big Ten team. And like Coach Izzo says, ladies and gentlemen, get ready for a rock fight from the University of Maryland. They are not going to come into this game and lay it down, no matter who's coaching this team. But Wayne and me were coaching it. These guys are coming out hard and fast. Look out for a good game. I would not be shocked. All right, I'm telling you, if this turmoil with Willard wasn't there, I would have clearly picked them to win. I can't do that now.
All right, well, this Willard story in this game has overshadowed the Orioles. It's overshadowed Alex Ovechkin chasing Wayne Gretzky. It's overshadowed the Maryland women going to the Sweet 16. But with that, we got a game to watch here. We will see you after the game on the Big Dog Postgame Show. Good afternoon from San Francisco.
Go Terps!